Most of you know that I spend 5 days a week working at WakeMed. And my days there are full of conversations and meetings about best ways for us to serve patients within our multiple service lines. We've got children's services, women's services, cardiovascular services, ENT, orthopedics, all these specialties. Our modern ways of practicing medicine are stunning. They're amazing. And we can do some things now that we couldn't even dream about even a few years ago. Some of us have probably been recipients of some amazing technologies and breakthroughs in modern medicine. We can thank God that we all live in an area that has such great options for healthcare providers and for inspiring the technologies that are state-of-the-art. But even a couple of hours down the road where I grew up in northeastern North Carolina, those folks don't have such great access to state-of-the-art medical care as we do. Rural hospitals are closing at an alarming rate in North Carolina, leaving many people isolated and living in what they call healthcare deserts. Some of them might resort to old ways of managing health that aren't so state-of-the-art, or they might choose to do nothing, neither of which are by choice as much as they are by force. So, in that framework, I want you to do some more imagining with me. I want you to imagine that you've been diagnosed with something that has stumped our highly trained, highly educated physicians here in the Triangle. Now imagine that you've gone to your local McDonald's, and you and your spouse, or you and your friend, or you and a family member are sitting there having a conversation about your diagnosis and your concerns, and it's overheard by a young lady who works there. And what if she tells you quite boldly, she happens to know somebody in northeastern North Carolina who can heal your disease, and she's quite confident that the outcome will be positive? Would your interest be piqued enough that you would want to find out from her where to go? Or would you immediately dismiss what she said to you? Would you imagine that perhaps God is at work in this interaction? Or would you assume that this young girl knows very little and couldn't possibly have anything of value to offer you? Today we're going to look at a story from the Hebrew Bible, which is our Old Testament, 2 Kings chapter 5. We don't often preach from the Old Testament, but today we will. It's the story of Naaman, who's the commander of the Aramean army. Now Naaman is described using words like great, highly favored, a mighty warrior, and yet Naaman is plagued by leprosy. Now the word translated as leprosy in our text is actually a term for several different skin diseases, so we can't be certain exactly what he has. Now I have a grandson who suffers from eczema. He has his whole life, and my brother-in-law suffers from psoriasis. Both of them can be quite troublesome. I don't know if anybody here suffers with either of those. I like to imagine that it could be one of those diseases that's brought Naaman to this point of desperation for healing, where we meet him in this passage. So if you will, before we read, let's join together in prayer as we prepare our hearts and our minds to receive what the Spirit of God will teach us today. Our God, maker of heaven and earth and all things created, we thank you for your daily loving provision for us. Forgive us when we fail to see you at work in our lives, and when we shun and dismiss those whom you might send our way as your hands, your feet, or your voice, because of boundary lines we place between us and others whom you love. Bless us richly as we receive your truth today and live into your blessed provision, whether we might be your instruments, Lord, or your recipients. We thank you through Christ Jesus, the Lord of all. Amen. So if you're reading along, we're in 2 Kings chapter 5, verses 1 through 14. What was your Sunday school lesson? So you have been there. Fantastic. 5 of you. Naaman, commander of the army of the king of Aram, was a great man and in high favor with his master, because by him the Lord had given victory to Aram. The man, though a mighty warrior, suffered from leprosy. Now the Arameans, on one of their raids, had taken a young girl captive from the land of Israel, and she served Naaman's wife. She said to her mistress, "If only my Lord were with the prophet who is in Samaria, he would cure him of his leprosy." So Naaman went in and told his Lord just what the girl from the land of Israel had said. And the king of Aram said, "Go then, and I will send along a letter to the king of Israel." He went, taking with him 10 talents of silver, 6,000 shekels of gold, and 10 sets of garments. He brought the letter to the king of Israel, which read, "When this letter reaches you, you know that I've sent to you my servant Naaman, that you may cure him of his leprosy." And when the king of Israel read the letter, he tore his clothes and said, "Am I God to give death or life, that this man sends word to me to cure a man of leprosy? Just look and see how he's trying to pick a quarrel with me." But when Elisha, the man of God, heard that the king of Israel had torn his clothes, he sent a message to the king, "Why have you torn your clothes? Let him come to me, that he may learn that there is a prophet in Israel." So Naaman came with his horses and his chariots and halted at the entrance of Elisha's house. Elisha sent a messenger to him, saying, "Go, wash in the Jordan 7 times, and your flesh shall be restored, and you shall be clean." But Naaman became angry and went away, saying, "I thought that for me he would surely come out and stand and call on the name of the Lord his God, and would wave his hand over the spot and cure the leprosy. Are not Abana and Pharpar, the rivers of Damascus, better than all the waters of Israel? Could I not wash in them and be clean?" He turned away in a rage. But his servants approached him and said to him, "Father, if the prophet had commanded you to do something difficult, would you not have done it? How much more, when all he said to you was, 'Wash and be clean'?" So he went down and immersed himself 7 times in the Jordan, according to the word of the man of God. His flesh was restored like the flesh of a young boy, and he was clean. This is the word of God for the people of God. Thanks be to God. It isn't easy living where and when we do to be humble people who see the value in other people or cultures. Our American values have always tolerated, sometimes even embraced, large doses of hubris, seeing ourselves as the best or self-made people who could start from nothing and march into greatness, usually referring to great wealth as the equivalence of great success. In today's passage, Naaman is described in all of the ways that we value. He is great. He's the army commander, a mighty warrior. He's highly favored by his king because of his victories in war, and yet Naaman is suffering. And while again we don't know precisely what his skin disease was, we do know by comparison to a few modern day diseases that without treatment or medications, it would be quite unbearable. And we know that desperation might drive us to do things we might not typically do, like take advice from a young servant girl. Let's consider the young girl who was taken as a slave, a spoil of war, from her home in Israel to serve Naaman's wife. She's now an insider of sorts in Naaman's household, but her suggestion to seek healing in the land of Israel is bold at the very least. She takes that risk, believing that through Elisha, the prophet, God can heal Naaman's disease. Now remember, Naaman was the leader of the Aramean army that defeated Israel. This is when Israel was broken into north and south of Samaria, right? Now remember, from what we can piece together from the reading and the literary setting, this would have been the battle that occurred back in 1 Kings chapter 22 that led to the death of King Ahab. chapter 21 of 1 Kings, God had promised to wipe out Ahab's lineage, but that has not yet happened in our part of the story. So the king of Israel mentioned here was in fact King Ahab's son, Jehoram. So we piece this together correctly. Naaman, who now comes to Israel for healing, as directed by the young slave girl, is the man responsible for King Jehoram's father's death. So now we can understand his anguish a little more, right? The text says that Jehoram tore his clothes in despair because he attributed the letter from the Aramean king as being provocative, potentially to incite another war. But his emotional anguish led him to misinterpret the letter and to misinterpret Naaman's purpose and presence before him. We often make what are known as attribution errors when we misinterpret our own emotional cues and responses. We might see or hear or experience something that someone else says or does and attribute to that action a meaning that we develop in our own mind that may or may not be true. Very, very often, the meaning that we assign to the actions and behaviors of others is not true. We do the mental work of assigning meanings very quickly as a way to make sense of our world, most often without testing our conclusions on any level. And after years of functioning this way, and perhaps making many correct attributions, we begin to do it even more quickly and without any thought whatsoever. Several months ago, I stumbled upon a lecture online on a concept called the Lefko method, which addresses this very thing. The Lefko method teaches you how to dissolve meanings that you assign to the actions of others and events in life in order to avoid much of our unnecessary suffering. Now, I believe the developer of this concept, who lent his name to it, believes in the concept or the possibility of avoiding all suffering this way. I'm not convinced, though, as a follower of Christ, that suffering can or even should be avoided in life. Sometimes our suffering transforms us toward Christ-likeness like nothing else can. But I am convinced that we do create unnecessary suffering because of the assumptions that we make and the meanings that we assign that are, for all intents and purposes, grand lies that we tell ourselves and apply to other people. An example from the presentation that I watched from Dr. Lefko was our interpretations of what it means when it rains on your wedding day. How do you feel if the forecast predicts that it will rain on your wedding day, or even the wedding day of someone you love? Do you feel upset? You feel defeated? You feel like the marriage is doomed? Do we have certain expectations that a sunny day signals a happy wedded life, but a rainy day on the wedding day implies difficulty or sadness? So what if our culture said something entirely different? What if it said that on your wedding day, rain signals blissful happiness throughout your marriage? Now how do you feel? Happier? A little bit more excited, maybe justified in your choice of mates? The point is, the rain itself doesn't produce any specific feelings. It is the meaning that we've assigned to the rain that produces our feelings. So why am I talking about rainy days and feelings? Well, it's because there's a lot to learn in this story from Naaman, from King Jehoram, from the young slave girl, from Elisha, about our tendency to misinterpret what God is doing and to assign meanings to the behaviors of others or events in our lives that are not true. Now, what if the young girl that was serving in Naaman's household, what if she was too afraid of Naaman's response or rejection of her to mention the option of healing by way of the prophet Elisha? And what if Naaman had not been desperate enough in his suffering to follow the advice of a lowly slave girl who lived in his household. We know he was prideful because he was easily offended by what the prophet Elisha did not do for him. Remember, Naaman became upset, number one, that Elisha didn't come out personally to speak to him, and two, he didn't offer any grand gestures or instructions for healing, just a simple instruction sent by a messenger to go wash in the Jordan 7 times. Naaman had an expectation of the healing event that Elisha did not fulfill, so Naaman interpreted Elisha's actions as offensive and not at all helpful. Yet, he followed the advice of his wife's servant girl and his own servants who accompanied him to seek healing from Elisha and in the way that Elisha instructed. Naaman's internal conflict is evident, yet if we read the story more fully through verse 15, we see God at work. Because as a result of the healing that Naaman experienced, he not only, quote, learned that there's a prophet in Israel as Elisha had consulted king, but Naaman confessed that, quote, there is no God in all the earth except in Israel. The glory didn't belong to Elisha in his healing story, but to God, who used a young slave girl, Elisha the prophet, and the Jordan River itself to bring about healing in the life of Naaman, healing of his skin disease and the healing knowledge of a God who loves him and saves him and provides for him. Now let's pause right there, because we need to be clear about a few things, first of which is the object of God's healing provision in this story is not an Israelite. On the contrary, Naaman is the commander of an army who not too long ago killed the king of Israel, who also took slaves from Israel as spoils of war and kept one, possibly more, for his own household. God has a plan for Naaman's healing and for him to come into a relationship with the God who created all and who loves all. Second, I want you to consider how very little this passage focuses on Elisha. While this miracle story is one of several in chapters 2 through 6, wherein Elisha proves that he has inherited from Elijah the power to heal, in this story, Elisha is really just a mouthpiece rather than a physical instrument of God. His words instruct others how to perceive and how to move, but he doesn't really do anything. God is doing the healing, and Elisha is merely guiding the one who will receive it. Thirdly, notice Naaman's complaint about the river Jordan in comparison to the rivers of his own land, which he perceives to be far superior to any in Israel. Why couldn't he just wash in the Abana River or in the river of Pharpar and be made whole? Because God uses what God chooses to use regardless of our opinion of its worthiness. How many times do we need to hear that statement, and how many different ways do we need to apply it? God uses what God chooses to use for our provision regardless of our opinion of its worthiness. God uses who God chooses to use for our provision regardless of or held in some form of contempt because of the false lines of division